Oh, it said demands fruit, water, chocolate. Oh, he likes the room hot. He likes the temperature set to 75. Oh, there was a note that said a staff was delivering something and they remembered a strong smell. I mean, it was a whole bunch of, yeah, just corroboration that he uses candles and strong smell and oil, baby oil, yeah. Okay, so then we heard from Special Agent Joshua Croft, who is HSI Computer Forensics, and he went through all of his training and what he does with the HSI. He talked about, how he's able to pull some of this data forensically using certain tools. He named all these tools. I wrote them down. I don't know if you appreciate hearing all these weird tool names. I mean, yeah. So he talked about the 3 devices that he extracted data from, which came from Cassie. It was a MacBook Pro 2010, a MacBook Air login, and then a MacBook Pro, but there was, we don't know the year for the second one, and then the third one, we're guessing that it's old because it had like a CD player in it, and it was broken because the CD thing was like kicked in or had been dropped a couple times. So he talked about, again, I don't know if I should go through. He talked about how he extracted data, what he did, Oh, and he referenced the chain of custody as well as to, how he got these computers and then what he did with them after. But essentially, he said that for MacBook Pro 2010, he removed the hard drive, he contained the data that had not been wiped or overwritten, and then he processed it, and it was easy. He said for MacBook Air, the login screen said a guest user and Frank Black, and there was nothing in the guest user. Oh, and before that, he also went through and said that he was able to, they didn't have a search warrant for these devices, but they had consent. And he went through, the definition of consent when it comes to these devices and how he got it from Cassie Ventura. What did he say exactly? Yeah, that was really it. So yes, he talked about that one. Then he talked about the third one and how they had to remove the hard drive to extract the data. There were bad sectors, so he couldn't recover all the data. This is the kind of broken one because of the physical damage. And then, so they start talking about the chat messages and some of the stuff that we've seen on the screen. And he talked about why some of the appearances of these messages would look weird. Because, I remember seeing some of these messages. Like, Carrie Morgan and Diddy had a text thread where he would have blank messages to her. And they explained that this is why. It looks funky sometimes because sometimes data can look funny when it's extracted, but all we have to do to make sure it's correct is go back and look at the raw data. And yeah. So he said that, yeah, there can be duplicate messages, blank ones, missing timestamps, whatever. And then Tenny Garagos went up and, she went through certain things, but the main thing was she just said, did HSI process all the data from device number 2, which was guest user and Frank Black? He had to reiterate after during redirect that they did not get the data from Frank Black until they got a warrant. So